Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com, episode 285, as we are on the road to SummerSlam in Brooklyn. And make sure you take a look at my Twitter, at Justin LeBar, hosting a pre-party right there near the Barclays Center, Sunday afternoon. Come on by. It's going to be great specials, good times. Josh Eisenberg, Justin LeBar. Josh, let's get into some hot topics in the week, and we start, unfortunately, with some more sad news this summer as we lost another legend in the business. Roddy Piper passed away at the age of 61, and the world is remembering the Rowdy one.
I think this is going to be something that's going to be lost for a long time, his impact that he's had on people. You just see all these people with the outpour of Roddy Piper. Some of my favorite memories. The best part of having the network is going back and seeing matches that I wasn't born to see. Starrcade 83, dog chain match against Greg Valentine, blood pouring down his face. Another one, obviously, WrestleMania 8. Rest in peace, Roddy Piper. Everybody's going to remember him as being one of the best heels, if not the best heel in professional wrestling. Paige was on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast after Raw Monday night.
This was interesting. We all love Paige, and she. It says a lot that in the last minute when they have to replace Hulk Hogan, that they put her out there. She's obviously the face right now of the Divas division. Boy, was she nervous, and it made it a little bit awkward. I enjoyed seeing her. She's not she's a 10-year vet, but she wasn't jaded. I enjoyed her speaking naturally, but it was just like. It felt a little. It didn't have the same chemistry as some of the other Austin podcasts, but it was still entertaining and good for Paige. I'm sure that was a big thrill for her. This Monday is a big thrill. Stephen Armel?
There's no R.
Amel?
Yeah.
There's no R. It's just Amel. CW. I don't even know the guys, but he's feuding with Stardust apparently.
Apparently, it's a feud that everybody talks about on social media. I'm not into Arrow or Green Arrow or CW. I mean, let's be real here. It's the CW. Nobody's really paying attention to that channel anyway. I can understand if WWE wants to try to do something Hollywood mainstream for SummerSlam, but this is the best you can do in New York City? A guy that I don't even know how to pronounce his name? Stardust? Come on, WWE. This is just a terrible, terrible attempt at trying to cross over. Tough Enough had its lowest ratings of the year this past Tuesday night.
And they're going to continue to slide down because it continues to do things that just totally lacks its credibility. I don't care if you have Paige on there or if you have Daniel Bryan on there or how good Renee Young looks on there or Chris Jericho. It doesn't do enough because when you've already gotten rid of the people that the fans wanted to actually see, guys like Mata, maybe even Patrick, while cocky, he was still good and popular and interesting on the screen. We were losing all credibility here, and of course the past season, none of the winners have even done anything. Vince McMahon supposedly is so hands-on, he's missing SmackDown, he's there. Vince, I don't know what this says. I'm not blaming it on you, but it's just all together, just bad news bears. WWE might have to change the new stable name for Paige and her girls, the Submission of Sorority. Well, they didn't do a lot of research, and apparently the Submission Sorority is a little adult-themed website.
It's a little adult-themed. Yeah, this is not the first time.
Bookmark for you?
Obviously. It's not the first time that WWE has crossed over to the adult films. Obviously Brazzers is looking at Dolph Ziggler when he's done with his wrestling career and asking him on Twitter if he wants a contract there. You got to do a little more research. And the funny thing is, nobody did any research because the first thing you type in Google, what pops up? Well, all of Justin LeBar's history. Vince fell off the Forbes top billionaires list.
Well, as long as it doesn't start a GoFundMe campaign, I think you'll be okay. He's still worth, I think, technically like $1.2 billion. He just happened to fall off the list because there's more billionaires. Good problems to have. He's still got a personal jet, so if I can get up to $1.2 billion, let's be all right. And finally, Josh, this rumor's been floating around here for a couple weeks that the potentially Leo Kruger, the first persona that was portrayed by the man who now is Adam Rose, could be coming back. And Adam Rose on Twitter had the hashtag trending, we want Kruger back, or we want Leo Kruger. What do you make of this?
You know what? I think it's something that the internet has drawn itself to because of the E60 show. I think that would have been a perfect time for him to just come out and say, I'm sick of this terrible gimmick. And now especially, whenever you see a lot of superstars in WWE not closing the door on gimmicks in general, people know that it's not their real name. They come out on E60 and talk about Xavier Woods' persona, his gimmick. So it's not like WWE's casting a shadow, Justin, on any of these gimmicks anymore. People get that. They're playing characters. And now more than ever, WWE can have an opportunity where they can capitalize on a guy like Kruger, who has been a great wrestler in NXT. I'm not sure why they did the gimmick change. This is a guy that has value. I don't know how much. I don't know where at. But I mean, obviously, people think
Well,
the Wyatt family could be.
I don't
something.
question them changing the gimmick down in NXT because obviously the Leo Kruger thing just wasn't. It wasn't breaking through. Adam Rose broke through at NXT, and Adam Rose, if that character would have stayed in NXT, he'd probably be NXT champion because it was over with that crowd. We've talked about it many times. The main roster audience much younger. It doesn't quite connect with them, and it's kids don't even know what the Exotic Express is standing for. You're right. It should have gone back. It should have gone.
Is it drugs? Is it women? Is it alcohol? I have no idea.
They should have pushed either.
all three.
They should have pushed either Adam Rose in a better way, or going back to Leo Kruger right after the ESPN piece, because that's when he was.
But does he have value still as Leo Kruger? I don't know if you switch his name, if he gets any more credibility, any more value.
Well, I guess it's gonna be a matter of application. If you make it work, if he was to join something like the Wyatt family, maybe, I don't know. Him by himself, I don't know. I'm kind of lost as I feel bad because obviously
all the talent.
How do you all the talent? How do you, if you've watched the ESPN piece, you can't help but want to see the guys succeed.
Sure.
So I don't know. We got plenty more coming up this weekend. CSRWrestling.com. You can check out the videos. You can also check out blogs.
And he's back.
He is back. He is back. Join us. We got social media Saturday coming up tomorrow. Social Media Saturday's topic focuses around a blog posted on CSRWrestling.com Thursday by our own Shane Shoemaker. It talks about Ronda Rousey versus Floyd Mayweather. WWE is the only place this could happen. It's a very thought-provoking blog. We asked you for your comments on Twitter, #WZCSR, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Chairshot Reality, WrestleZone.com, Brooklyn, SummerSlam Sunday. We'll be hosting a pre-party right near the Barclays Center. Go to CSRWrestling.com for details, or you can check out my Twitter @JustinLeVar for details. He is back. Bryan Gulish, Josh Eisenberg, Justin LeVar. Also, if you like having all of your CSR videos together, if you like to sit down for 1.5 hour of entertainment, now Monday afternoons, kind of getting you through the rest of your workday, getting you ready for happy hour, getting you ready for Monday Night Raw. Now on Monday afternoons, make sure you go to CSRWrestling.com or YouTube.com/CSR Wrestling.
Only guy that thinks a happy hour for Monday.
I know, seriously.
And you can find all of your weekend video segments right there, such as this one, which is Social Media Saturday, #WZCSR, @CSReality. Shane Shoemaker put up a very interesting blog on CSRWrestling.com talking about Ronda Rousey versus Floyd Mayweather. The only place that you could ever do it would be in WWE, and we want to know what your thoughts are, because as wild and crazy as it sounds, it's not far off the beaten path of something that WWE would do.
It's not that far off the beaten path of something WWE would do, but does WWE want to invest the money that it will take? I'm not talking about Ronda Rousey. She would get a good cut and she'll agree, but Floyd Mayweather, the money team, will there be enough money to go around? And if there is, and this does not a match, a face-off, or someone in the corner, as Shane said, put Floyd in Triple H and Stephanie's corner and Ronda with The Rock. At the end of the day, what this could do for the WWE in a short period of time on merchandise sales, subscription.
ESPN would be just
all
but
over.
think
ESPN
about,
would camp out and do SportsCenter ringside.
Think about all you jabronis that spent $100 ordering Mayweather Pacquiao.
I didn't spend it. Stat Boy Jeff did.
All those jabronis are going to spend $9.99. Think of 5 million people spending $9.99 just to watch WrestleMania. They will do it, and it will pay off if the price is right for Floyd.
I've never had more gratification spending $70 and watching 34 seconds of a fight. I'm sorry that I wasn't at IWC supporting you and Britt Baker, but
I still made it to see the Rousey fight after IWC.
I mean, there's things that entail that by pregame rituals. It's a whole production. It's a whole thing. Anyway,
the fact that you sit in your underwear when you watch Ronda Rousey, you really can't go to Buffalo Wild Wings and do that.
I mean, not ideal, Buffalo Wild Wings, but I still try to do it. Anyway, but Brian's absolutely right. The merchandise, the network subscriptions, this would be huge. But I don't want WWE to just, they can expose these guys. They can expose Rousey. They can expose Floyd Mayweather, Rock, Triple H. I don't know if WWE will get as much in as they're going to be giving. They're giving Ronda Rousey and Mayweather. Are there going to be that many people that see it?
But the thing is selling out.
But they're going to see everything else on SportsCenter the next morning like they did with Rousey at WrestleMania this year.
100,000 people in one, probably 105,000 people in one venue just to get a face-off, face-to-face, one time. You're not going to see it on HBO, Showtime, on any pay-per-view, or on ESPN. You can only see it in a WWE ring.
Well, so I'm with you guys. I'm all in favor of this, the potential of if they ever would cross this, and obviously because there's a legit backstory of Ronda Rousey's, openly not a Floyd Mayweather fan, and Floyd Mayweather's had his domestic issues with women. I guess what I question would be, How do you actually book it? What
can't,
actually
because
happens?
you can't talk about the domestic
What actually
violence.
happens?
Domestic
That's
violence.
the problem. That's why Ronda Rousey and Mayweather have a problem.
Yeah.
And WWE is
What?
certainly not going to expose and go into further detail about Floyd Mayweather's domestic
Beyond
violence
that, you
charges
can even get
and
beyond the
history.
you can even get beyond the alleged or convicted domestic issues he's had. But I'm talking about like Floyd's not actually going to hit Ronda.
No,
is he?
but
Like,
they
what
could
do
be
you
the
do?
muscle. Floyd could be Triple
You really
H's
think
muscle.
Floyd? You really think Floyd can take down Rousey?
No, but I'm saying.
I'll tell you
no.
this much.
Well,
I'm putting my money
let's
on
make,
Ronda.
Let's
Honda
make sure we're on the
Ronda
same
there.
page here. I'm not talking. We're not. This isn't a legit fight. It's WWE. They
it's
would
not.
have a worked situation. That's what I'm saying. What would you like? What would?
Floyd
Like, how do you
misses
book
a
that
punch,
match?
Rousey grabs his arm, takes him down like everybody
That's
else.
it?
They're almost the same weight.
It would have to be a mixed.
only about
it would,
20
it
pound
would have to be a
difference.
mixed tag. So that
No,
way.
you just put them in the corners.
You
don't
can't
need
have it.
them.
Yeah. Well.
You have muscle. Ronda is the Rock's muscle.
Yeah.
Isn't
Floyd.
that funny though too? Ronda is the Rock's
Yeah,
muscle.
but no. But before you book this match, you have to look how much would it take to book Floyd. I don't know what he got paid for the Big Show.
I've
3
heard-
million?
I've
That was
heard-
also 9 years ago.
Yeah, I think I actually 2 to 3 million.
2 to 3
I remember
million.
hearing.
What would it take now?
I think because he's Triple H's boy, it's not going to be like give me 100 mil
Yeah,
or 200
sure.
mil. I think this is more of an entertainment factor. And he
Because
doesn't
also
have to
he's not
train.
going to get hurt.
He's not going to get
Or
hurt.
shouldn't
His,
get hurt.
you know,
Well,
his-
maybe he wouldn't get hurt. I don't know.
Does he- and the thing
Then
is,
I would say give him whatever. Give him $5 million and then X amount on the merchandise on the backside because he'd make 10, 20 million on merch easy.
yeah, I mean that's a good thing to do.
Just imagine the WrestleMania T-shirt with Rousey Mayweather.
Or how
Just-
many,
phenomenal.
just like they do with the pay-per-views for boxing, how many subscriptions are purchased from the time they announce the match to WrestleMania? He gets 20%, Ronda gets 20%, WWE gets 40%. What'd he do at 50-50?
Who gets the other
split
20?
Ronda?
WWE gets 60.
20, 20, 40.
We get it. CSR gets it, baby.
Once again,
We're promoting it.
the
We're
business
promoting
manager
it,
who
Peter.
goes on vacation last week, and we're sitting here working. Now we're leaving 20% on the table
All that
somewhere.
gin and
a tip.
feeding baby tigers has
That's a
gotten to
tip,
him. I'll tell you
yeah.
that much.
Yeah, the other 20% is paying for all the shenanigans.
Where's that other 20%, Brian?
Oh, they're paying for all the shenanigans. Hashtag WZCSR. You see the tweets going by. Keep the conversation going. It's a fun
It's in
thought. but-
Virgil's pocket.
Check out Virgil Reed's mean tweets. That's also on CSRWrestling.com. A lot of good stuff there. New blog today from Vince Russo, as every Wednesday and Saturday there is. And again, you can check out all of the segments on Monday right there on CSRWrestling.com. Plenty more to come this weekend. These guys are going to get fired up. Plus, we're going to talk title versus title at SummerSlam. Why are they doing it? I'll give you my theory, and these guys will chime in as well. Don't go anywhere.
TagMeADate.com, the first dating website for wrestling fans. Thousands of guys and girls already signed up around the world. Make wrestling night date night.
Eisenberg, Ghoulish, WrestleZone.com, Chairshot Reality. Visit all of our information, editorials, CSRWrestling.com. But right now, we're taking a timeout from that, and we are getting fired up. Ghoulish?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bryan Ghoulish, and I am here to speak for the black screen that just came across your television. Let's start that over again.
In 3, 2, 1. Eisenberg, Ghoulish, fired up here on Chairshot Reality, CSRWrestling.com. Check out all of our information, editorials, at Bryan Ghoulish, at Josh Eisenberg 4. But timeout, let's get fired up.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bryan Ghoulish, and I'm here to speak on the advocate for Brock Lesnar. 2 weeks ago, I said I wasn't interested in Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker some 17 months after the 21-1 happened. But now I am, and all it took was one promo from one man who even read Latin last rites to The Undertaker. From our beast, his conqueror, Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman, what he did Monday night was special and can often be imitated like this, but never duplicated.
I'm fired up because I don't know where. Where is yes. I don't want to see Daniel Bryan on Tuesday nights and toughen up behind a desk because Daniel Bryan doesn't do anything for me outside of the ring as much as he does for me inside the ring. I'm fired up because apparently, rumors and him, the doctors have cleared Daniel Bryan for ring return. He can be in there. He can go bell to bell. All right, we get it. You've been hurt a few times. They're scared. You've had concussions. You've had injuries and surgeries. Yes, but this is professional wrestling. Daniel Bryan, you know what you're getting yourself into. If you're medically cleared to return, I'm going to take I'm going to take the doctor's opinion over what WWE and Vince McMahon thinks. I'm fired up. I want to see Daniel Bryan.
And let's stick on the Paul Heyman, because soon enough you may hear this. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am here to introduce you to my newest client. Apollo Crews. Yes, Hoo-Ha Nation, baby. We're going to take Apollo Creed, Terry Crews, come out to Living in America, flex his pecs like all the TV shows and all the commercials. No, but seriously, 6'1", 260 pounds, 27 years old, and a set move better than John Cena, better than anyone. He's got 40 good moves you can find that he does. Apollo Crews coming soon, and he's got the suplexes in his repertoire.
Well, if he needs a promo guy, he's not going to get it from these guys, but these guys might be the best promo guys outside of Paul Heyman. How you doing? Yo, my name is Enzo Amore, and you can't teach that. How you doing? This gimmick is great in NXT. I want to see this gimmick debut at SummerSlam. 4 hours, a tag team match. Maybe we're going to have a fatal four-way. Maybe it's PTP versus the New Day again. Whether you have them in a match, whether you have them come out interrupting a match, whether you have them backstage, that is the perfect time. More people are going to watch SummerSlam and be exposed to Big Cass and Enzo Amore more than they would on the WWE Network's NXT specials. You're going to have the hometown crowd there. This is the perfect atmosphere. They're not in a match at TakeOver. Put them on the SummerSlam card and see if they can sink or swim in the main roster. But you know what? They are not SAWFT soft, so they will succeed in WWE.
SAWFT soft? How about STING Sting?
Ah, that was
if
good.
anyone needs an advocate right now, it's Sting. And why is he not yet announced to be on the SummerSlam card? And the closer we get, the more it looks like we're not going to get Sting. And why not? 4 hours. You want to generate those sales for the WWE Network. You've got a guy who's arguably said to, these rumors, said to be in the best shape that a 57-year-old could possibly be in. It's not going to be The Undertaker. It could be against the Wyatt family. It could be against somebody else. Throw him into the Cena, Seth Rollins storyline. It doesn't matter. But what you're doing, like Sting said the night after WrestleMania, the WWE doesn't throw something my way, well, that's just a shame.
Well, I am fired up lastly here on CSR all weekend long. Wednesday night was a Full Metal Mayhem match. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. Our good friends Matt Hardy, EC3 retaining the championship. I liked the match. The match was good, the show was good overall, but here's what I think TNA is actually succeeding in. Social media. There's more storylines being developed on a week-to-week basis between Matt Hardy and EC3 and guys on social media and women as well than they have ever had, because what's happening is when you progress and build a month, 2 months of television into 1 or 2 nights, you need them to continuously promote themselves on social media with the video packages that they put out, with the backstage segments that they put out, with Impact 60 thanks to Josh Matthews. They're doing something right on social media. We are the kings of social media, but I think maybe just once TNA could overthrow us. TNA, not CSR. Eisenberg, Golish, we're done.
CSRWrestling.com has blogs every single day and it has all your Chair Shot reality videos. We are here in WrestleZone. New videos Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can see all the videos in case you missed them, or if you just want to sit for one nice half-hour sitting, go to youtube.com/CSR Wrestling. It's all right there in one click. Hashtag share the reality. Spread it around. Give it to a friend.
I like it. I like that idea.
Just like at church. Peace be with you.
And also with you.
Yeah, because Justin is the most religious person in the world. Anyway, Justin, what do we have on topic here to wrap things up this week?
That was such a weird.
Thank you. I know.
Anyways, let's get into the, I guess maybe the main event topic of the weekend here, which is the announced match for SummerSlam, title versus title, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship up against the United States Championship that is held by John Cena. Rollins, Cena, for the first time ever, somebody is going to hold these two titles simultaneously, assuming the match ends clean.
Happy accident, huh? WWE. You get a broken nose and you finally find out what your main event at SummerSlam is going to be. I think, and I'm sold, that's the only reason that they went full-fledged now with that, because they realized they have nothing else. And the fact that John Cena broke his nose erupted on social media, erupted on ESPN, on Bleacher. I mean, every outlet picked up this John Cena story. That is why this is the main event. I like it. I like the champion versus champion. It's not just for the world championship, because then I think, John Cena probably, wins that match. But now you got to make a case for both guys. You have to think Seth Rollins is the favorite because you still can't see why John Cena needs to win. But at the same time, how can you count out the veteran?
You don't need John Cena to win. John Cena doesn't need the championship belt. He's brought
so much credibility
back to the title. Thank you for putting that word back into my vocabulary. But at the end of the day, if Seth Rollins wins, you still have a Money in the Bank that can be cashed in by Sheamus for the world title. Seth Rollins reverts backstage U.S. title, and everyone's happy. And Sheamus, he gets his little 3-week run as champ, and that's that.
Ghoulish is stealing my notes, obviously. That's exactly my thought here, is that is Money in the Bank here is the key of why there would be title versus title. I don't see any other explanation because I don't see John Cena going for any length of time holding the world title and the U.S. title. It just doesn't seem necessary or needed or even the right thing to do. But same thing with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has had a solid title run. I still think you can do maybe a match with Kane, who's going to come back with a mask on, do that once or twice, and then I think we got to have Rollins Triple H, and then I think Rollins is on to being a great babyface. I think you have John Cena win both titles that night. You have him win. The New York crowd's going to despise it. Let him hold it for 24 hours. Let him make history. He holds it for 24 hours as 2 titles. The next night on Monday on Raw, that's where Sheamus should cash in the Money in the Bank. It's a perfect time to cash it in. The reason he can't cash it in at SummerSlam, though, is because this match won't be last. Taker Lesnar's going to be last. If you have Sheamus come in and cash in and win that title on SummerSlam, that might overshadow things.
And here's another thing with that is with Sheamus cashing in and potentially becoming champion, is he ready? Because right now he's in a feud with Randy Orton. You don't know if he's necessarily ready to cash it in. It could immediately propel him to the very top. I get that. I think that's what that's for.
I think that feud with Randy Orton is just completely a placeholder, waiting for the right time. I think the right time is going to be, well, you got somebody holding both titles. We got to get that.
And when was the last time that the World Championship changed hands on a Raw? Think about that. It's been a while.
Well, they did a cash in.
Aside from Del Rio
and
Ziggler.
Del Rio Ziggler
it's always cash-ins anymore.
Yeah,
it's never in a legitimate. Yeah, right. But I think title versus title would be interesting. You're right, though. It goes back to the very first point, Josh. If John Cena, I stand by what I preached weeks ago, what I was saying. John Cena versus Seth Rollins was not what WWE wanted to do. That was not what they wanted to do for SummerSlam. But because the Undertaker came back and it made a trickle-down effect, for whatever reason, because they decided not to go forward anymore with Kevin Owens and Cena, which you could have done at least one more, or you could have inserted Cesaro for triple threat. That's a whole other topic. They're going with Cena Rollins because there's energy there. Let's see Cena back in the ring for the first time in a month with the guy who legit busted his nose up and had him looking worse than Owen Wilson.
Am I the only one that thinks that at this point, the night after SummerSlam might be a more intriguing?
Yeah, because your boy Sting, you're talking about fired up, Matt. Sting's not on the card. Sting should not be on the SummerSlam card. He's going to be buried in there in terms of just too much else going on.
I don't really
Let him show up Monday.
Yeah, I agree. And Dave Meltzer, the Observer newsletter, reported that they still have plans for him to be in a match. Why not just hold him off to a pay-per-view that needs it? You already have Brock Lesnar, Undertaker. If you want to get more people to subscribe to the network, say in October or November, Survivor Series doesn't sell itself anymore. I think we're well over that fact that nobody's buying Survivor Series for the history.
Here's what Sting could do, though. If they want to get him involved in SummerSlam, have him cost the Undertaker the match against Brock Lesnar, setting that up. Sting would play a hell of a good heel. I've got a feeling.
But I don't know if fans would love. It necessarily doesn't need to be heel face either, though.
I would much rather have a clean whatever
I agree.
I'd much rather have Lesnar Taker and then let Taker let him avenge his streak. Monday night he comes out. He says, I've done all I needed to do. I held a streak for over 2 decades. I've held the world title. I've avenged Brock Lesnar. I've done everything that needs to do, basically making it sound like his retirement speech, and then Sting stare down 25-year anniversary Survivor Series.
Yeah, and these 2 matches are intriguing. The 2 officially announced matches, I guess, they have other matches.
And you're bothered by this.
I'm very bothered by it because there's only been 2, but these 2 matches.
You know what else is coming.
I know, but I want them announced. There's 2 weeks left. Announce it. Show us what your cards are. Throw your cards on the table. But with these 2 matches, guys, I mean, like a tall blonde, I'll take your money. Give my money away to them. Like blondes, these are 2 great matches, 2 great pair of legs. We're back to blondes.
It always comes back to blondes.
This comes back to women with me, I feel.
It does.
It does. Not a bad thing. Is it a bad thing? It might be a bad thing. Might be a problem.
I'm just going to end it there. I was sidetracked.
By women?
I leave for a week and all hell breaks loose.
So true.
Well, Audrey's at work in audio, and she's blonde. I just happened to see her hands up in the room. I didn't know if she was what she was doing. You were talking about blondes. I didn't know what was
blonde.
Okay, I didn't know.
Flair.
All I knew is that we were talking about this, and I just saw a blonde.
Is she real blonde, though? I'm wondering. Or is she dyed?
Okay, the fans don't care. They can't see her anyways right now. She's on the other side of the camera. Yeah, we're out of here.
We're out. Yeah, that's it.
Bye-bye.